I talk them before we go for the break. Not let anything let them put the blood for your house. You understand? Now Bible they say when they see the blood they will pass over. For the one without FCT, if they see the blood, they come for you. So use your sense. Not buy land from chief. No matter how the sweet mouth talk to you, not buy land from chief. And you chief where they watch me, or your papa na chief, tell your papa, not sell land for people. When they will come meet you now, say, show us your people, your indigenous land. You go begin point and reach the other person and land where you sell for. You go be like say Wicklow, they do you. God, they see all of us. We'll leave that one first. We'll leave that one for God to judge. But what we want to talk about now are 2023 elections and the things which happen around them. Some political parties don't they come up with some kind of things. NNPP, one man will differ from APC, go PDP, from APC, go NNPP. From NNPP now, it don't defect again, go PDP. The answer what happened, he said that betrayal, that one and one story. For PDP itself, problem dey. APC itself, they say na Muslim ticket. Labour Party, they say na social media. Many things they happen. So now those things now won't look today, and I bring two gentlemen here with me. One former APC Bayelsa State own, their state secretary, and the right, and the right. So and a barrister MB, Barrister MARLIN Daniel. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning, my brother.
Barrister, welcome.
Thank you.
I hope so you will tell us truth today.
Well, we go tell you the truth as it be.
And I didn't buy them my center here. It be like cowboy. All those guys they drive us for Texas. Guys, good morning. Here are CHUKS, NTADI, in an engineer or NIB, they build many things. But today we're not going to talk of engineering. We want to talk about how we want to repair our country. That's also we talk about it. As soon as they build that, so they have a stand, we will talk about it. Barrister, make I start with you, Ahmed. Political parties. What will be the role of political parties to fit for politics?
Well, the major role of political party is to win election.
To win election?
That is the major thing. To control government. They win election to control government and give good governance to the people. That is the aim of political party.
So, how do they select people come win election?
The people for selection, that is why every party is supposed to present a good candidate. Candidate that has been tried, tested, and trusted.
Good candidate.
Good candidate, accepted by the people. Yes. So that your candidate can win election, your party can win election.
CHUKS, if because you say you now the party member, you know the stakeholder, you just there, you don't like the party, and the company person come, and the person may be your choice. As a party member, what do you do as a young man?
Well, thank you very much.
You don't like the person ideology, you don't like the person style, but the person with the party bring up. What do you do?
Well, the question is a very big one.
I beg, man, break me. Not confuse me. When they do your matter, I see one news. I beg, reduce that down.
Okay, somebody like me, my own best opinion, what I would do, or what we think I could do. You see, like I said before, I'll keep saying it. The whole thing about this politics thing and leadership is for the people, by the people, and always be for the people. So anything that has to do with party interests, one-on-one with whom is ever is coming, if it's not for the interest of the people, it doesn't really work for me. So yeah, somebody like me, I think I will give the space
for the party
and go to another party, because what you bring today will affect you tomorrow if care is not taken. Yeah, sure.
Barrister, but you know, say sometimes the party will bring wrong candidates.
Yeah, well, the truth is that party, political party, like the question you asked him, political party is not an individual. So it might not, the candidate might not be a candidate of your choice. It's the ideas, not be your own ideas. So for you to say that you leave the party, then you are not a good party man. Yes, political party has an ideology. And for you to even, in the first place, for you to even become a member of that political party, he must look at the ideology of that political party before you join the party.
Nigeria today, we talk true.
Yes.
The ideology they follow.
Well, political party today, to be very truthful.
Lawyer, talk true.
Now I want to talk the truth now. Political party today, ideology is there, but different governments try to bring in some other things into the party ideologies. They are not following party ideologies strictly as it is. That is the truth about Nigeria. But that does not mean that you run away from the political party because a candidate that come, you not like the candidate.
If I run away from the party, okay, for instance, I ask CHUKS now. If another party now come get the kind of ideology where me as a young man get for mind, I never see party we come get that. I come see that kind of ideology from one other party. What thing you go do? If you jump go that party, you go see them as bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. Because
or political party not do all that.
No, political party, being a member of a party is not do all that affair. For the fact that you need water doesn't mean you should take acid or drink acid.
Yeah.
That's sometimes that you should look what the party is presenting, who they are presenting. Just like you playing a football match and your captain is not a coordinated captain. It will bring everybody down, including the team and the party. So what we do normally, for me, is good that I look into that person, his vision, the way he does his things, his structure. That structure will go a long way because the party itself is just a party. But I cannot, because I am in this party, I want to die in that party. When the party is not doing well, God forbid. Or when the person we are fronting is not somebody who has the ideology of what it takes to boost the nation or the economy, then what am I doing with the person? I'll go with the winning team who has the vision, who has the idea of bringing.
Let's figure the vision of not be the winning team.
God bless you. No, now I'm only saying that.
So if you stay with the person who lose, where you know say yes now the ideology.
But no, I can stay with somebody who has the ideology.
But you're not gonna win.
But even if he's not gonna win, yes. But because you know why? Our children, when you put somebody who doesn't have the ideology there, in the future, now we go still suffer. Yes.
But my winning party.
If it's a winning party and the person who is there, it doesn't have the ideology. It can't win. Obviously, that means it's a sorry.
But not your party.
It is a sorry now.
Former State Secretary of the APC, my answer state, we can ask you because this one I like as you come, so I ask you deep things about party things.
Okay.
What it be, you see consensus as the right channel to bring out the best candidate of a party?
Well, to be very honest with you, the consensus arrangement is a fraud. That is the truth. I don't like it, and it is undemocratic because you need to bring somebody, and that is why Nigerian politics over time has been having problems, because you bring somebody that is not accepted by the people through consensus. Consensus is an arrangement where leadership of the party at the various level arrange themselves and bring in somebody they can control and impose it on the generality of the people. That is the meaning of consensus. Because consensus is not where people, the entire members of the party, will stand somewhere in a field or in a hall to say, yes, they pick leaders, they pick delegates that are appointed, that are unpicked by leaders at the various level to come and say, yes, we are given consensus to.
Like saying the voice of the
yes,
people.
We are given consensus to this person. We are all behind this person. Meanwhile, the generality of the people, if they go into elections, that person will not even take second position. So the consensus arrangement is a fraud. Consensus arrangement is where political leaders that are not holding their grassroots, that does not having the support of their grassroots, they are the people that is employing this consensus arrangement into political agendas so that they can be in control at all time. Because they know that if they go into election, proper election, their candidate they are projecting will not win. So that is the idea. So consensus is a fraud.
Una the year now, what did the happen people una the year? When they tell us what they say, if you not know book, call this program, you go learn. You go know book. Now don't hear now. Consensus na scam. No, it's a fraud, different fraud and the scam. So consensus na scam. Anybody who una won't vote, me come from your conscience, but that would not pass that level for politics. Now election time, now don't they near now. From the political parties, most start with NTADI. You understand? What thing we hear say, barrister man start to because this one, a youth matter will attend to. One Shakarao leave APC to NTADI. Reach NTADI. He not even take the job where he come from before. Why do you think say politicians dey jump like that from one party to another? Is they ideal?
You see,
One and two, wetin go be the reason we go make politicians want jump ship?
You see, that is why I was saying that in the first place, our politicians jump into political parties from one to the other within a short period is because they don't look at the ideology of the party, or they are selfish. Because they look at it that, oh, if it doesn't favor me here, it must not favor any other person, or I will leave. So they are not looking at the interest of the people. They are not looking at the interest of the people they are leading. They are not looking at the interest of Nigerians. What they are looking at is their own interest, where they can survive. That is why you see the jumping. Like my engineer was saying, he said, oh, he will leave the party. How long will you be leaving party? Okay, so if you leave,
so marriage now do what?
Right. So if you leave one political party today, you go to the other one. When you go to the other one and you see that now the same thing, because every political party have their own problems.
Oh, that problem different.
So you begin to jump from one look at what Sakaro has done just now. Just now, within how many months, he crossed to APC. Now he is now jumping to PDP again. From APC, I mean, he left. So he was in the which party? Is it PDP?
Yeah, PDP.
He was in PDP before. He jumped to APC. From APC now, he's going back to. He went to NNPP when Kwankwaso came to APC. He left APC.
Okay.
Yes, when Kwankwaso came to APC, he left APC. Then now he went to meet Kwankwaso again. Kwankwaso left APC. He went to meet Kwankwaso again in the same political party. And as people were rejoicing that they've come together, now he's living there again, back to PDP.
Is there reason why he leave?
How can you be having reason every time?
Reason plenty.
Reason every day. Every day.
Reason they come out now.
You see, he will leave
like this, like on a party now, 2015.
Watch out, he will jump from PDP again. He will run from PDP again.
They jump everything.
That is why it is wrong.
But like
that is why it's wrong. There are some places in developed nations. You see that somebody will be in a political party, his family, and they will say, these are Democrats, these are Republicans. They are known like that. The entire family. Your father was a Republican or a Democrat, you too, your children too. That is how politics is played. So that you build, now you build the party. You build the party. These are the things that brought problem between Wike and Atiku in PDP. Because when Atiku was jumping from one political party to the other, Wike remained in PDP to build the party to this level. Now Atiku just run back to PDP and he wants the ticket. Wike is saying that you left the party and ran. I build the party to this level. I maintain this party. If everybody has left the party and run, which platform would you have come to inherit?
But you say party not be one man thing. But when the people decide, say na Atiku dem who will come there now to call it?
No, what I'm saying is that you cannot be jumping from one political party to the other.
So they look for help.
Help?
Help.
Help for yourself?
No, they want salvation.
No, help for yourself.
They won't help Nigeria.
No, help for yourself.
No.
Because you are the only one that is jumping. You are the one jumping from one political party to the other.
They jump with their followers.
How many followers do they have? Watch out, those kind of people, they don't have followers. It's the truth. Those kind of people, they don't have followers. Because the more you jump, the more you reduce, your followership reduce. That is the truth.
Make I come to choose, because barrister not confuse me. Or no say lawyer, but I be confused person. Nah, I'm not confused. Because be like saying I want to follow you.
No, not only the truth. Not only the truth, I did tell you.
Choose. Young people now, if you just open social media in the city, some they curse people, some they insult, some they show picture, they do jingle of a political candidate, age, this one, that one, that one. I don't know. How we go take start to the advice you know if it's how we fit channel. Because me now, if I get friend, even if the friend they bring good ideas, the guy will take position the idea, if he see the ideas in a rubbish idea. You understand? How we fit take channel our energy through this social media to fit make our parents and our followers align with our ideology.
Oh, thank you very much. Number one, we need to be careful of what decision we take now, because sometimes not all that glitter is gold. Why am I saying this is, I don't want to mention names here because we're on air. The reason here in Nigeria here is the youth particularly has a voice that majority will follow. But most of the youths decide to sell their conscience out. Some of them go tell you, say, see where they support. Some of them go tell you, say, no, this is where they are. But what I feel they can do is for them to check very well. Like I keep saying, check the most viable person you have that has the interest of the people in heart or at heart. Not somebody who his own is just, let me just get the power. Let me just get the power. When you have this power, you don't know what to do about it. It becomes useless. A power in your hand without moving the country forward is useless. If not, instead of blessing, I swear you would get all this swear for you. So obviously the youth has a major role to play in this next election, as this next coming election, by doing what? By actually featuring who they choose to support. Let them feature what the person has to offer, what the person has done before, who the person is, and how the person thinks.
Everybody when they come back for presidency, you get what they don't do before.
Yes, of course.
Everybody.
Yes, of course. Now,
from APC to PDP to Labour to PRP to Mustafa, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Get what they don't do before.
That is the point I'm going to.
So if what they don't do before, they don't deceive us before.
No, that's the point I'm going to now. That's the point I'm going to now. Now, it's just like every youth now, take an assignment, get the Fuska paper, write the person's name. At the back, write what the good that the person has done. At the front, write the bad the person has done during his regime or during his management session, anywhere he has served before. At the back, write the good, then the front, write the bad. Then check, compare by yourself, do the statistics. You see the result by yourself. No sentiment attached. You see it. It's obvious.
I don't say the give shishi, not collect.
Why would I collect? they don't have money, but I guess they don't have money. God has blessed us now.
What we see, Barrister, Barrister, your 2014, 2015, you see mass defection from PDP. They come from one party, APC. You talk about ideology. Bless another time now you be state secretary.
Yes.
What is your ideology that time?
Well, our ideology.
That time,
yes.
The ideology
Yes. Our ideology was based on improving the security situation and the living standard of Nigerians. That was the ideology. Seriously, has it changed?
Okay, the hunger within Nigeria, you know the
fine. These are the things I want to educate people when I have the opportunity like this. You see, hunger was there before Buhari came in.
Okay, but Buhari tell us
excuse me, sir. Hunger was there before Buhari came in. This hunger, where would they shout? It been there before. I remember when this man that sing lead us well, govern us well, Buhari was not governor. Excuse me, sir.
I dey hear you, Oga.
Buhari was not president when those musics were on, which means that those problems were there.
Yeah.
We came in to change those issues. Unfortunately for us, there were some certain unforeseen circumstances that have reduced our strength. It's not man-made. For example, the natural disaster that go around, in fact, affect every country, the entire world. Fine, for a year or more. Excuse me, sir. The country, it wasn't bad like this. It was. I agree that there is hunger in the land more, but it wasn't bad like this. When we started government, aside that, this hunger that you are talking of is not only common to Nigeria; it's everywhere. Look at the U.S. economy today. It is coming down every day. If you are studying the economy of those developed nations, it is everywhere. Look at UK, the economy of UK today. It's coming. Everybody is crying. It's a world problem. It is not just restricted to Nigeria. The truth is that our people here in this country, a lot of us, even the ones that have gone to school, most of us do not understand what is happening in the world. Maybe because they don't read papers, or maybe because they don't listen to news. They don't look at what is happening outside this country. That is why we must appreciate the government as well. Look at what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. It is affecting the whole world.
Oga, but wait.
Especially.
Oga, you carry on. I tell you before, say the way you take come, you like say you plan, say you won't confuse me.
No, I'm just telling you the truth.
Of Nigeria now, you go Ukraine.
No, because
Oga, listen, ma finish. Now Nigeria, we talk of Gary, rice, yam.
No country.
University.
No country.
Oga, our loan, our debt don't go up. Lights everywhere. Road that they demolish everything. Now, how person like me now don't understand?
Will you give me the opportunity to address all these issues?
But not go America, Canada.
No, because a country cannot live in isolation.
Okay.
Yes, okay. A country cannot live in isolation. Okay. We are all members of the global economy. So it is also affect what is happening there is affecting every other country.
So, but that make
now, listen to me, sir. Now you talk of education, ASU strike. Let me come to ASU strike. I was a student union president, University of Port Harcourt, SUG president, University of Port Harcourt, like 20 years ago. Yes, and a serious activist. There is no school, there is no protest. I've not been involved. Dino Milai is my contemporary. A serious activist. I was in the youth council. I operated. In fact, I was a godfather in the youth council. Yes. So I can be able to tell you what is happening in the educational sector. ASU strike today. Well, I partially blame the government, but ASU itself cannot be exonerated. Because if you are talking of corruption today is in the civil service and the universities. See, people are just talking about politicians, corruption in political offices. If they want to wipe out corruption, they should start with civil servants and the universities.
Then why the government not start?
That is where corruption is. Now corruption is fighting back. Look at ASU. One of the reasons why they are embarking on this corruption is this federal government this program. What do they call it? Yes, program. ASU said they don't want it. Why will you say you don't want it? I am your employer. And I am telling you, this is the mood with which I want to pay you your salary. It's not affecting your salary. My payment system is not affecting your salary.
I want to know how my
Yes, I want to know how many people are collecting, how many people I am paying, how many people is doing the work with which I am paying. And you said no, and you go on strike.
But the program, they say the program, the right of America.
Which America? Which America? Every institution that does employment. In fact, the institution I had, I'm a former board chairman of National Veterinary Research Institute. My tenure just expired last month. We did employment shortly before I left. Everybody that is employed has to go and get that capture. It's not done in America. It is done here. In fact, if you want the officials to go to your institution, to your university to go and capture the people there, they will go there and capture them. So what are they saying? It's a corrupt process.
Okay, Mo, leave that one. What of refinery?
Refineries, well, I am not in the oil industry, to be very honest with you.
South.
I don't know the challenges. Yes.
From South.
Yes.
Do you get any reason why we now, as a country, will not figure out one refinery really work? Even a 1 liter of fuel, they produce a day, 1 liter.
Well, to be very honest with you, I'm a proponent of the idea that local refineries should be established. I'm a proponent of that idea. So I will not say because I am a member of APC, I will come and stand there to support the government that, this, that. No. For whatever reason that the refineries are not working, to be very honest with you, I don't know. And I'm not in a position to defend it because I don't know. That is the truth. But I'm a proponent because if you go down there, they call it oil bunkering, and they arrest people, the people that are doing the bunkering business there. Now, what they would have done, what government would have done, is to group these people, train them, and give them the license to operate.
Because without training that they produce.
Yes, they are producing.
Filling station, they sell.
They send to filling station to sell. That is the truth. We should not shy away from the truth. Because I am from the area. I'm from Niger Delta. I know that so many trucks. In fact, if you go, when you are from River State, from Port Harcourt, you are going to Awoda. The whole of that road there before, it was serious. The gridlock you will meet because of those tankers. It was wicked that went to clear it was a tug of war. He went and cleared all of them until that place now is sanitized. But they are still doing it till today. Till today, and every other part of the country where the products are, where pipelines are. So what government was supposed to do is supposed to group those people, put them into syndicate, train them, and give them the license to operate. By so doing, you sell the crude. The government will sell the crude to them. They pay a percentage to government. So government will even make money, and the production system will even be made simpler. And the product will be available.
Barrister, I'll tell them when they put you for NPC so that you will teach them this thing.
They won't, because I don't know for whatever reason.
For your party, why did they put square peg for square?
Well, it's not about. Because
those people when they arrest for Niger Delta, they bust their tanker.
Yes.
They spoil the ground.
Yes.
100 years nobody fit plans for that place.
Of course.
And they don't bust places for Niger Delta. Well.
In fact, you cannot. For you to get people like us, we are trained by our parents are fishermen, and we are trained from the proceeds of fishing.
So you sabi fish like?
Of course. I swim. I can swim in the ocean. It's the truth.
Why can't they go all this Olympic for swimming now?
But these are people that have been winning now.
Okay.
Of course, even wrestling.
We'll take this call. Nigerians, they call. They want to contribute. Hello, good morning. Hey, Iroko.
Can be able to do oil to go oil and it become oil and save petrol. Why are we suffering ourselves importing goods from outside? Why we have the who can do it in Nigeria?
Locally.
the bush and said, okay, if you people can do this, you have become a worker for federal government. How can we do it so that we can be able to stop import from outside? It is a good thing. So, for government, I don't know what government is thinking. You people call us giants of Africa. Are we really giants of Africa?
We'll be giants. Not bring us down. God don't carry us up. We remain there. We are giants of Africa. I don't know where you come from, but me, I've been Nigeria. We are giants. Barrister, you don't believe so we giants.
Ah, we are giants.
Even if
Seriously.
I'm giant, not today.
Seriously.
Giants feel they sick, but now let me say, let me giant TV. Hey, Chuks, may I come to you? Not too good as may I ask you a question now? Because if you check the political parties, different parties, why is this not just few?
Oh, thank you very much. For the fact that we have major political parties, plenty political parties, sometimes the ones that make waves are the ones that people see who they see what the person, they listen to what the person is saying, whoever is there. Now, if you check very well, before Labour Party becomes what Labour Party is today, the way they've been carrying their candidates, and now that somebody who is there now, you can see the scenario of the party has changed. Likewise, other parties too. Now, the other parties that might not be too influential or too popular, those parties, maybe probably the candidate they have are not actually saying what the people want to hear. So obviously, the few parties that are making noise will be the one you will hear.
If you check all the political parties, before the convention, before they will say, okay, they do delegates come vote, everybody they say, youth, we are the leaders of today, Why be say after the primaries, the youth will come out, you know, even just do like that. Why? What happen? I will not see youth again come out. Come with the most support one youth young person.
Thank you very much. My own visibility study, I noticed that, say,
I go define una now who speak correctly, I go fight. Like say, the money will take do reach Calabar.
Okay, fine. I noticed, say, in that angle, the youth are trying to be prepared.
See, they try.
No, we're not prepared. Initially, we're not prepared. Even right now, we're just trying to be, let me say 70%, we're getting prepared. Now, with the status of things now, the youth want to see how they can give their support for the last time to an elderly man again. For the last time. After this, mark my words, and put this date down. After this, whoever comes into power and does not perform, mark my words today, trust me, you will not see any. You will not see any. It will be difficult to see any elderly man again in the next election. After this one, even if they come, they will not win.
Politics are in your blood.
It's true now.
After this.
We are giving it as a message. Whoever who's going to win this next election, this coming election, I know for sure that it might not be a youth, but whoever is going to win and doesn't do what he or she has promised this nation, forget it. There will not be any other chance.
Barrister, why what's happen? No, say you like this, you get experience both as a young person, especially they follow you.
The truth is that the youths are not yet ready. 20% they are not ready.
God bless you, sir.
In fact, one of the greatest political problem we have is the youth.
How?
You see, I have followed them strictly. The Nigerian youth, why the elderly ones today feel that they can do anything politically and go free, they are now accountable to the people, is because of the disposition of the youth. The youths are not ready to hold anybody accountable because of money.
Maybe the hunger why they talk.
It's not. See, let me tell you something. There are some things that you need to use your mind. When President Goodluck Jonathan was president, in fact, I served under him as senior special assistant when he was governor. Even while he was vice president, I was with him. In fact, when I left school, he gave me my first political appointment. When I graduated from University of Port Harcourt, I was an activist, serious, good, in fact, with a large followership. Now, he was a vice president, and some certain things happened. I was expecting an appointment in the government. But I took a position because there were some issues that I don't like. So I took a position, jettisoning that appointment that I was expecting, and decide to stand. And in fact, that was the reason why I went to APC, because I needed a platform to fight that battle.
If you share that with us.
No, I don't need to.
Okay.
It's gone. So I don't need to. It's gone. Okay. I don't need to. So I needed a platform to fight that battle. So when APC came up, I felt, oh, this is an opportunity. And I jettisoned it. I fought the battle to a level that today I'll be proud to say that, yes, I have satisfied my conscience. You see, but so many of us, in fact, when I was fighting that battle, some of my friends were telling me, what is wrong with you? You are expecting this so great thing, and look at what you are going to do. What is wrong with you? Are you okay? What have you gotten from this person you are supporting? So I was not, in fact, people were calling me a fool for doing that. But I stood my ground, and I satisfied my conscience. So what am I saying? 95% of the youths that we have that are even making noise on social media today, if they are faced with that kind of opportunity, they will not take their stand. That is the truth. See, I belong to so many organizations. Most of the youths that they are calling youth, in fact, some of the presidential candidates that they are calling youth, I have been with them in the struggle. I know them. I know what they can do. I can tell them to their faces.
So how?
They know themselves.
So
they are just using the name of youth. They are not ready.
They don't pass the youth.
Give them money. It's not about their age. Give them money. Give them positions. They are fighting for positions. They are struggling for money. They are struggling for recognition. So the youths are not ready. I'm telling you.
So how?
There's no way the youth can come together. Look at the NSAS. When people talk about NSAS. See, NSAS was not because they were fighting. Youth came together and fought a system that is bad. No, there are so many interests there. If you segment the people that participated in NSAS, you will know that there were so many driving force. It was a common enemy they were fighting. The driving force, the Yahoo boys were there because the NSAS was a nightmare to them.
Yeah, the SARS.
In fact, the SARS, I'm sorry, they practically sponsored the operations. They were there. Then those that were genuinely doing it, because for one reason or the other, SARS have been able to torture their friends, relatives, and the rest of them unjustly. So there are some people, some of them that are genuinely doing it. In fact, those people that genuinely started it, the genuine ones are the ones that actually started it genuinely. But it was taken over by some of them were people, in fact, at a point, those that led the operations become those that are seeking recognition from government.
Now,
those that led the operation at a point to that level where it get to. And that is why it does not succeed. The operation does not succeed. If you watch government very well, government allows it. They didn't fight it from the beginning because they look at it as a genuine struggle. But at a point in time, politicians came in. Armed robbers came in. Tell me, how are you fighting? You are fighting NSAS. Then you are going to the one Igbo man who has a shop, one Hausa man who has a shop. You go to his shop and start looting and stealing and destroying properties. You don't see it. When you look at this kind of struggle in developed countries, when you look at this kind of struggle, they don't even go and block streets where they begin to beat people. You are driving one kind of expensive car, they will destroy. They don't want to know whether you are a politician or not. So as a private businessman, you cannot drive a good car.
No, we'll take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. My network, I mean, what's your credit? Hello, good morning. We did fine. Good morning. What be your name? Where you call us from? Papi, what happened? The demolition house. Why your voice be like this? Okay. Okay, we don't yet. Time never reach for that one. Mona relax. When campaign time reach, we go take your call for that matter. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What will be your name and where you dey call us from?
My name is Daniel.
All right, now Daniel, make your contribution.
My contribution about your the barrister. Sometimes when APC people dey talk, they will say the other Nigerians don't get sense. I mean, they don't know it.
My brother, I beg, nobody say you no get sense. Talk your own. I tell you, you will not attack anybody. My opinion, not be party in the talk for. He no dey talk for party. He dey talk for himself. What will they talk in a solution now they look for? He talk about youth. Youth not ready. If youth ready, you go tell me how if you say youth ready. You will tell me now you get your PVC. My country people now solution now they look for. If you not have swim before you enter swimming pool or you see yourself for river. Anything where you see, even if na broomstick, you go hold am tight. You go think say na Iroko tree. Because you no sabi swim. Oga no be so.
Na so.
So wetin we dey find na solution. So if people say na your call go salvage Nigeria. People dey say na APC, people dey say na Labour, NPP, PD, APC, different party. Na solution now we want. So abeg, when you call, just bring your suggestion. Anything wey I talk no concern you. Na the one wey I talk be that, your own. Make your contribution. If na suggestion you wan suggest am so that the country and the ministry go dey move to the permanent site. I still dey here for studio with two gentlemen. One na barrister, in a former secretary to the APC for Bayelsa State. Na him dey my other side, I be that barrister MD. And the man wey dey my side here, him name na CHUKS. NTADI, him na engineer. He dey build things. So today, na so I want to build Nigeria now. We will continue. Barrister, if I say we will check, we will go through the candidates to political parties. They come out now with the full one contest the selection. How do you see it?
Well, I am not just a lawyer, I'm a historian. My first degree, I read history and international relations. And as a historian, I look at issues from the past, the present, and how the past and the present affects the future. That's what I look at. I don't look at what somebody will come and tell me today. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what has happened before, what is happening now. How can what has happened before and what is happening now affects the future of Nigeria? And that is my analysis if I'm analyzing the candidate. Fortunately for us, the three major candidates, I mean, the four major candidates, Kwankwaso.
Why you call four? You call before. You put five because SDP did that.
Who is the candidate of
you don't know SDP?
I don't even know the person.
Okay. Kola Abiola did that. You go know. Al Mustafa did that. We get ADC did that. Dumebi. How you say three parties?
I would have been happy if Mustafa was a candidate of my party or a candidate of a party that has a spread that can make wave.
Why you start with Mustafa?
Because I don't know, I have not had any contact with him, but I have seen his records. I've heard him speak. I have seen what he has done, and I feel that that man has a lot to offer to Nigeria. A lot to offer to Nigeria.
But you talk as if say he not win.
No, obviously he cannot win. Obviously. It's the truth.
So that means this our political party is not the best way to bring out the best of Nigerians.
No, the truth is that the political system in this country now and the mentality of our people has not encouraged that. Is the truth. Now, I used to wonder when people say, oh, this time is youth, this time is youth. We're shouting the youth before the party primaries. And if you look at the record, if you look at the videos of the elections then, the party primaries then, most of the delegates are from 30 years below. Most of them. From 35, 30 years below. Most of them. And from 35 years down, I think by the Nigerian context, he's a very young man or a young woman.
Very, very young.
But how many, were there no young people in those political parties? They were, as candidates. Why they don't, that was why I said the youths are not ready yet. And people feel that I am bringing sentiment. No, there is no sentiment. That is the truth. They have their opinion, but that is the truth. Yeah. If we debate it today.
Maybe today. No.
Because the money that went on circulation everywhere.
It confused Oga. You get the kind of money we will give young boy confused.
How can you give some people getting up to 20-something, 30-something million?
For just one night.
For just one day.
Because he might vote my country.
Money that he can use to build a house that he will not have access to build that house for the rest of his life. Even if Engr come to be president of this country, he may not have that money to build that house for the rest of his life.
She is seeing us in a political party.
And you think that those people will turn away from that money to go and vote for somebody who just come to tell them that, look, I am good, vote for me. I'm a young man, vote for me. Now it's not possible. Nigeria politics has not developed to that level. Okay. That is the truth. That is the truth. Until the politics develop to that level, then we can say that yes, the youths are ready. For now, the youths are not ready.
You never answer my question.
Now, your question that you asked me to come and answer it, you see, I was telling you about assessment. Yeah. Fortunately for us, all of them have held offices either as governor or vice president. Yeah. All. Labour Party candidate has been a governor. APC candidate has been a governor and senator. PDP candidate has been a vice president and has held several other offices. Kwankwanso has been a governor and has been a minister. So all of them has a record that we should look at. So if I want to assess, as you asked me, those are the records I will assess.
Okay.
What have they done? What you have done, is it sustainable in your state or in the country that you head? Is it sustainable? What has it brought after your tenure? What is the result? Those are the things. I did this when I was governor. Does not count. You did that when you were governor. What you did, has it done anything or is still doing anything to better the life of those in your state or Nigerians?
Till now.
Till now. Those are the issues. Because you are putting economic policies, the policies should be sustainable policies. Policies that would last the test of time. That will advance that state or that country to a level that would be above that level, even when you left.
When in the Anambra, people say Peter will do well for Anambra. People talk with me, I don't go Anambra that time. Until people talk. You understand? So if the Bible says he that is faithful in little, I made them give a big one.
Okay.
All of them, even Jagaban, they say they're faithful too for small when they give her for Lagos, when they give her big. Tinubu, Peter Obi, say they in do small. So now, especially the way they do small, they will give her big. You understand? Vice President, I think we say in get capacity. In know people if we solve problems from different parts of the world and bring the big names over the year today with the whole international offices. They say an article and bring them come. So the three of them get capacity. CHUKS man come to you. So you now as a young man, you don't know history because you're not there. You dey hear I read history. History is a record of past events wey happen for past. Na I study am. So you now, you not dey back, but you just come now. Wetin you wan come take vote your voting for future? How you want to do a young man wey you not dey history, you not see the Afra word, you not see the we see the Afra, you not see am. So how you wan come take vote now? Una dey talk for social media up and down. Wetin una there for pay una own thing? Choose una.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, sometimes if something not happen, the other one will happen. It was as a result of the way PDP were going after the whole thing then. Now make APC come. And the way APC too they go about the whole thing now, another party is emerging. Now, sometimes our people say no be problem we put you down before you go look. You go look how you go take some mass so that you don't go get the same issue we put you down before. Now, for the fact that we are not part of histories in the past, doesn't mean that we are not going to do a correctional matters on the present. Because waiting day ground now, not be person way day 30 years ago or 50 years ago come solve the problem. No. Now we were there available now. So since we are available now, the youth should put themselves together, analyze all these people who don't come outside. Analyze them. It's a layman. A layman can even do it. You don't even need to go to school before you check. Go back. If you want to Google, check the history of what these people have done. Write the good one and write the bad one, and you yourself check who is going to be your leader.
Okay, that don't do. Time that you will soon come out here now. But Barrister, man, ask you one word. Age, na factor.
No, never.
Okay, man, leave that there. My country, we will take. So we'll come up for you so that they go take the news. My name is Ekanem. Time not they reach. Tomorrow we will come again 1:30 to come continue this our program waiting the happen. We will continue to talk Nigeria till Nigeria enter the correct shape where God say make it be. I dey here for studio since with Barrister MARLIN Daniel, in a former secretary to the APC for Bayelsa State. 9 days so with me. He no be secretary again when I'm not in a secretary. This one here na engineer CHUKS NTADI in a youth advocate. He say be young man, but you don't dey old. That country politics wey they do make you do it well because you not get for mine. Fit they get you for mine. No, we see tomorrow again by 1:30. You still fit send me a message via those numbers. Bye bye.